Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mowers will practically build themselves. Well, folks, welcome to my 200th show, and thanks for making my channel what it is. Today, we're going to look at a specialty train. It's one that I got. It's one of those Hawthorne Village trains. It's really, really cool from the Danbury Mint. And we're going to look at the updates I've done to the layout for the month of July. So let's get started right off with the first of the updates that I've made. I started doing some lighting over in the business area where my businesses were and where my church was. I started with some incandescent lighting that I believe this all runs on 12 volts. These are grain of wheat bulbs that run off of a transformer. The only problem is my church on the inside, I didn't ever paint black. And so with that, it just glows. The church is just glowing whenever I turn the lights on. So, oh boy, we'll fix it. Because what I did is I put some street lights in on the street, and this gives it a little bit better perspective now. You look at it and hey, yeah, this isn't too bad. I think that we can probably live with this. Those lights, by the way, those street lights, they run off of a 6-volt system. What I did is I found some kind of a charger or a power pack for something that was a 6-volt output, and so I hooked those street lights to that. Here is the parishioner's house up on top of the hill there in the cemetery, and you can see the light in there. And unfortunately, this didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to. This is an LED light that is inside of a piece of plexiglass, and it says Tavern. And unfortunately, you can't see it really well in this picture, but it's supposed to represent a neon light. I'm gonna have to find a way to turn that down because it's a little bit too bright. You can kind of sort of see the tavern there, but yeah, we'll figure out a way. Maybe I'll put that on the 6-volt system and see if it works. I don't know. I got to mess around with it because it's just a little bit too bright. But when you see it with the naked eye, it actually looks pretty good. So here is a look from the tracks down our main street, and you can see the church off in the distance. You can see the street lights and how the incandescent lights light the buildings up. And right now, I think this is looking pretty good. I'm sure there's going to be some changes that I make to it. There's a little hot rod there. There's a little Hot Wheel. I just couldn't resist putting it there because it looks so darn good there at the stop sign. So, and you can see the car a little bit better there, the mailbox and the little dude standing on the corner. This is another angle, and I think this is a pretty good representation of that corner. I really like how this is coming together and how this looks, kind of real. Now, again, I have my LED lights overhead on, though they were the white lights. So here you can see without the street lights what the incandescents all look like in this particular area running on the 12-volt. So the LED tavern light and the other incandescents, the grain of wheats. And here it is with the overhead lights on, the overhead LED lights on. I should say those white LED lights give it a little bit of a illumination in the dark. So anyway, that's that part of the world that I've worked on. Been trying to get everything cleaned up. There was some of the bushes that were falling apart, I guess because of the heat last year, maybe the cold in the winter. Anyway, I had some things falling off of the trees. So I decided to fill in my little workspace, not permanently, just something I could do from time to time. And what I decided to do is, well, of course, extend the road that is already there. But I thought it would be fun to put in kind of a rural school. So I used this old Revell kit. I mean, this like from the 60s, 50s, something like that. Anyway, it's a school. And next to that, I have, well, what would be the, the people that work at the school, their little shack, if you will, their shanty, just kind of a little rural shanty house, if you will. And I got a fence between the two. I've got some trees up. You can see the nice green grass. You can see the blacktop. We've got a slide. We've got a teeter totter. A bunch of stuff that, well, you just don't have in schools anymore. Here's the road. I still haven't put a white stripe down the middle, but I have a tanker truck going down that road. From this kind of goes over by the how can I put it, over there by the drive-in movie area. This road connects from there to the main part of town, and you can see the little stop I had there for kind of like an interurban type of thing. So here's a good picture from the grass looking towards the school. You can see the school marm, the teacher there, standing on the steps, watching the kids while they're out to play at recess. You got a couple, looks like they're playing ball out there on the grass, and that good old metal slide. Yep, here's the boys playing ball. You notice there's a girl swinging on the, we used to call them the monkey bars, but I've only got one monkey bar there, but she's a swinging on that. Boy, they got rid of those a long time ago because too many concussions. But there's a couple boys scooting around on scooters, and you can see one of them there. And then there's a young man up front there, kind of by the flag, and he is watering some of the plants with a watering can. So I wonder if he has that for detention purposes, or if he's just doing that out of the goodness of, likes to get on the teacher's good side. Who knows? Anyway, here's another picture of the back. Kind of get a good look at the paved area. And oh yeah, I got a tree swing hanging from an old dead tree there, kind of by the teeter totter. I forgot that I had that on there. Anyway, we lit the flagpole. So I got a little light, part of the system that's put out by Woodland Scenics, and sure enough, put it in there. And this is actually with that light on, and it turned out pretty darn good. It's adjustable as far as brightness. And I've added up against the wall, I've added some more wildlife. I got some wolves, and I've got some fawns and some does and some bucks. So yeah, we're getting some wildlife here on the layout current. So since it's the 4th of July, I thought I would do something kind of red, white, and blue. And here is my President Trump special. This is a commemorative train. I'm trying to collect all the different presidents they have out there. These are put out by the Bradford Exchange or Branford Mint, something like that. Anyway, made by the Danbury Mint. What it is, it's a Bachmann train that's painted up and decorated really neat. These are actually quite expensive, and I've been wanting to get the Obama train, and here I've got the Trump train that showed up for sale not long ago, and I picked one up. So in the set I got, the last car here is one of them Vistadome cars that's been painted up with We the People, America First on it. I don't know if they've issued any more than just the 4 original cars. I'd be interested to find out if anybody knows, because yes, I'd like to collect all of those. Again, I also want to get the Obama train, and if there's others that they've had in the presidential series, I'd like to get those as well. I think it'd just be fun. I couldn't quite tell if this was like a baggage car or if this was like a diner car. I think it's might be a diner car that was painted up. Anyway, it says freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God. So real nice looking work on these. The way that these are painted up and done, I think they definitely are worth the money. Here is the B unit of our F7 locomotive. The B unit is non-powered. Just says make America great again. You got the gold trucks on the bottom, and of course the red, white, and blue, and the stars and stripes everywhere. So then there's the F7A. Now here's the problem I have with it. This thing is not lit. There's not a light in the nose. There's not a light in the cab. I am going to change that. That's one of the things that I am going to upgrade on this. Yeah, it won't be original, but who cares? It's going to look a whole lot. And it actually runs pretty good. I've just got some track cleaning to do, but as far as the engine itself, obviously it's hardly been run at all. It was really nice and clean. Now, I want to make a quick disclaimer here. We don't do politics on my channel, okay? But one thing we do from time to time is satire. So if you don't like satire, you might not like a couple things coming up here. But you know, hey, you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes, you know. So I thought this was a great shot of this particular car. It says "We the People" right in front of my little interurban stop here. Just the way that framed, I thought, hey, that looks pretty darn cool because there, we the people are waiting for the next shuttle. And so since this was the President Trump Express, I decided to make a different module and put here in the middle, just specifically for when I run this train. I thought it would just be kind of fun. And again, folks, this is satire. So if it offends you, you know, check yourself, because guess what? This is just kind of for fun. Okay, so this little center section here, you can see I put in a championship golf course because, you know, our President Trump loves to golf. He is a big time golfer. So here you go. You got some folks there on the green trying to hit the flag with the train running in the background. I kind of like the way that that picture framed up here. And you got these two characters here teeing off on the next hole, seeing if they can get anywhere near the peg. And then you got this young lady here. She's out trying to duff right there in the middle of the. I guess she's in kind of a thick area there. So you notice in the background what we got there? Well, we got a fake newsstand. I couldn't help myself, but I built this newsstand a while back, and I thought, you know, that's the one thing I'm going to always remember President Trump for is that word fake news. And so my grandson, we call him fake news. That's why I had to add this. So hope you're not offended, but you know. And finally, you can't make this stuff up, but look at the box. Look at what's on the box that this came in, made in China. Hey folks, thanks for joining us, and appreciate all you do to keep this channel going.